Hi, my name is Billy Jackson, and I teach mathematics at North Shore Community College.
This video is going to be about rounding decimals. Before we get into rounding decimals, it's important that you know the names of all the place values of the decimals. So here we have an example, the number 123.45678. So you'll see the decimal point there in the number, and the first place value to the right of that decimal point is called the tenths place. It sounds a lot like the tens place where you see the 2 is, but you'll notice there's a THS at the end of the number 10, and that's the tenths place, which represents that first place value to the right of the decimal point. You'll see the THS at the end of all these decimal places is a recurring theme. The next place value is the hundredths place. You notice the THS again. The place value after that is called the thousandths place. The decimal place value after that, where the 7 is called the 10,000ths place. And the next decimal place after that, the 5th one, is called the 100,000ths place. I'm sure you noticed the THS after all of the place values. And you'll also notice that they went in order that the whole numbers go in. As these decimal place values went from left to right, they kind of seem similar of the whole number decimal places from right to left. And just like in the whole numbers, after 100,000s comes millions, and the next decimal place value here would be millionths, if there was one. So, to round decimals, first we find the place value that we want to round to. We're going to call that the round-off digit in this video. Second, look to the digit to the right of the round-off digit. If the value of that digit is 0 through 4, we round down, or if the value of that digit is 5 through 9, we round up. And we'll see how this plays out in a couple of examples. So the first example is going to be one of rounding down. We round down by keeping the round-off digit the same and dropping all the digits after it. So here we have this example. Round the number 3.1415 to the nearest hundredth place. So first we need to locate the round-off digit, which in this example is a hundredths place, so that will be the 4. Now we look to the right of that digit, and we see it's a 1, and we're rounding down, so the 4 stays the same, and we drop the digits after it. So the final answer is going to be 3.14. The next example is going to be one of rounding up. We round up by increasing the round-off digit by 1 and dropping all the digits after it. So in this example, we have the number 6.478, and we're rounding it to the nearest 10th place. So first we want to locate the round-off digit, which is in the 10th place, so that would be the 4. And then we're going to round up by increasing that digit by 1, which would make it a 5, and then we drop the digits after it. So the final answer would be 6.5. Here's a third example, and we're going to be doing some rounding up here. And this one is a little bit trickier. So we're going to round up by increasing the round-off digit by 1 and dropping all the digits after it. So in this example, the number is 1.964, and we're going to round it to the nearest 10th place. So the 10th place value in this example is the 9. So we look to the right of it, it's a 6, which means we round up. So we want to increase the 9 by 1. And that presents a little bit of a problem for us, because if we want to increase the 9 by 1, that would make it a 10. And we can't put the number 10 in a single place value. So the way we do it is we consider the number 1.9, and we increase 1.9 by 1/10. And if we increase 1.9 by 1/10, we get the number 2.0. And that's the final answer. So let's do one last example. together. So we're going to first find the place value we want to round to, and then decide if we want to round down or round up. So the number we're working with is 317.98164. And we want to round this to the nearest thousand place. Oh, I'm sorry, thousandth place. Should be a TH at the end of that. So first we need to locate the nearest thousandth place, which would be the 1 in this number. So if we look to the right of that round off digit, we see it's a 6, and so that would mean that we round up. So we want to increase the 1 by 1, which would make it a 2, and the final answer would be 317.982. Alright, now you try. Pause the video and try to solve these two practice problems. When you press play again, we'll see what my answers are and see if they match up with yours. Alright, let's see how you did. The first problem was 53.549 rounded to the nearest 10th place. And if you did it correctly, you should have got 53.5. The reason why this is the answer is because the nearest 10th place, which would be that second 5, the first 5 to the right of the decimal place, that would be the round off digit, and since the digit to the right of it is a 4, you would round down, so the final answer is 53.5. The next example, 1.3548 rounded to the nearest thousandth digit, would be 1.355. And the reason why that's the final answer is because the thousandth digit is a 4. So if you look to the right of it, you see you have an 8, therefore you round up, which increases the value of that 4 by 1 to a 5, and that's why the final answer is 1.355. Alright, great. Well, thanks for watching this video, and keep practicing.